so many people are quitting. As a small YouTuber who's insignificant in the landscape of YouTube, I think I took some of the legends that I've seen do this for so long. I think I've taken it as a learning lesson. I think it's really important for small YouTubers to zone in and look at the very things that a lot of these big YouTubers are talking about, and you can use that to prepare yourself. You know, as a small YouTuber, I'm so insignificant that for me, this is just fun, mental therapy, a space to get away. I have no set schedules. I don't have full teams that I hire to help run or do this. It's been fun understanding creating thumbnails. I create all my thumbnails. It's been like the whole thing has been a journey of fun. But the thing I think I started to realize is I hear like different big YouTubers comment on so many people quitting, these past year and these past couple of months is when you've been doing it for so long, what's the stopping point? You know, it becomes, I guess I can understand like when it becomes your full career and it's how you pay your rent, it can kind of change things, right? It becomes like your very identity. You have to make sure to have that set schedule. You have to deliver. Maybe if you're working with sponsorships and bigger parties as well too, you have contracts maybe that you sign that you have to adhere to, you know? It's so crazy that like 10, 12 years ago, maybe even earlier, because let's think about 2008, 2009, being a YouTuber wouldn't even, if you told someone you were going to be a YouTuber, that wouldn't even make sense. Like it wouldn't, you'd be like, you're going to be a YouTuber? Really? So to see how much like the space has changed and how influential it has become and how much money people are making, there's been such drastic changes over time, and see how it's grown, how much education is here. There's good, bad, and everything in between. And there's so many different types of communities and niches. I take like these people quitting as like learning lessons to not exhaust myself, to always remember my temple and what makes me happy first before trying to please everyone else. Now, don't get me wrong, you are trying to, adhere towards a target market to help you gain traction, right? Like, if you never take your fans' wishes into account, they're going to go and watch someone else. So it certainly does make sense that you sometimes may make a video that is all about what someone wants to hear. But if it impacts your happiness and it makes you feel restricted, then maybe at that point you have to go in a different direction, right? Maybe at that point you have to choose your mental health, your spiritual health over everything else. Because what's the point of doing this, especially if let's say you're going to make this your career, you're doing this full time as a creator. What's the point if your mental health is completely taking a toll or you start to hate doing it? I was reading through some of the comments on like this huge YouTuber, millions of views, and I saw this one company or one brand. They had like 3 million followers, and they're like, it's been completely exhausting. It takes the soul out of us. It's like, but at what point do you moderate and say, okay, if this is really taking our soul, maybe we pause or shift directions, or how do we find ways to make this more enjoyable? You know. But then there's also points too when you actually do want a stopping point. You actually do want to walk the other way because maybe you have a new adventure in life that you want to take on. Because I do notice though, as a small YouTuber, as I'm gaining more traction, gaining more understanding the algorithms more, paying attention to using tags and titles, I feel like I'm starting to pick up so many digital design skills, so many marketing skills. I can kind of understand how the mindset shifts first towards you're making all this content and you're doing it for fun to, okay, this is becoming serious business, especially if I want to do this full time. I have learned so many skills for YouTube in terms of making my thumbnails better, making things catchier. And I find myself spending more and more time, and it consumes more and more time. And I find myself actually getting more serious. And I'm insignificant on this platform as of right now when I made this video. Probably have around like 400 subscribers. Just cruising along, enjoying and soaking it up. But I do find myself starting to take more and more aspects more seriously, especially if you want more than 0 views, right? But I still genuinely enjoy this process. I think one of the things that helped me to enjoy it more too was I chose from the beginning that I'm not going to be doing serious editing for these videos. I want them to feel like you're on the couch with me right now, right next to me, and we're just talking. We're just talking it up, and we're just casually having a conversation with one another. I don't like doing intense editing. One of my a YouTuber I recently heard of that I think is really dope is Ludwig. I don't know too much about him, but he got recommended to me in my feed. I just like his approach of how he just talks to a mic. Same thing with like Joe Rogan. I like things like that where it's just like I don't need all these jump scenes and cuts, and that keeps it fun for me because if you've ever done above average editing or you try to get into editing is horrendous to me. Like editing is one of those things where I say, you know what? Not really into this, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to do this part. But maybe making that decision, it keeps doing things in these videos like that fun for me. Another thing that makes it fun for me is setting no schedule whatsoever. I make the videos that I want to make and I upload them. And I do research though. I do try to see, I always look at the topic that I want to talk about and I find the most popular video and then I will model my video after that one. But at the end of the day, I still make it something that I want to talk about. I just find the best way to present it so that I can try to gain more traction on the platform. So that keeps it fun to me because I'm not trying to just restrict myself to only what a fan wants or what a fan wants me to do. I ain't got that many fans in the first place, so it's not like yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I got many people to adhere to, but I found so many small ways, but through hearing big YouTubers convey, their journey, their life's journey, and where they were at their point in life, I feel like it's prepared me mentally for this long road of YouTube, right? I'm ready to put the years in. This is not the short run. This is the long run, right? And it lets me know the things and pillars and pieces I need to have in place so that I can maintain my happiness at the same time. So this is to all small YouTubers, to all YouTubers anywhere, big, small, and everything in between. Make sure that you're continuously maintaining and finding the points where you can find happiness in your productions, because if it's sucking your life out, then what are we doing? YouTube was almost coming off like a platform of freedom of spirit, a freedom of creation. But when that creation and fun changes into work, pain, and restriction, and feeling like you're in a cage, then I think that's defeating the purpose. So my name is Oriiell. This is OriiReacts, the channel. Let me know where you're at in your point in your journey. How long have you been doing YouTube? I'd love to know. Any tips you want to share, things that have made you unhappy, just let me know. And everyone just stay blessed and let's keep charging for greatness. All right, ciao, ciao.